Hi, how are you? And welcome to Thursday Q&A with me. I'm Ben. I'm the community manager here at Digital DJ Tips, and I'm just covering Phil while he's away on his holidays. So yeah, don't worry, I've not stolen the stream key and hacked into the system. I do work for Digital DJ Tips. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Just a few quick ones. Can you all hear me okay? Can you see me okay? Just let me know in the comments if you're struggling to hear me or anything like that, and I'll keep an eye on the comments. So yeah, welcome. So yeah, for Digital DJ Tips, we're founded by Phil Morse, who wrote the book Rock the Dance Floor, which is the proven 5-step formula for DJing success. And yeah, so we're just going to chat DJing today. I'm going to go through your questions, but just before I go through some questions, I'm just going to go through a little bit about myself for those who don't know me. Some of you are going to know me from the live streams that I've been doing recently for Digital DJ Tips. Some of you may have not seen me, so yeah, I'm just going to go through just 2 minutes about myself. So yeah, I've been with the company nearly 4 years now. I have many hats within the company. I'm a production assistant, so I do things like the graphic design, things like thumbnails. I build and maintain the training platform. Also course artwork, I design that, or some of them, not all of them, but I've designed a few of them. Lesson printouts and some video editing, so if you're students and you watch the webinars, I edit them and put them on there for Phil. I'm also the community manager over on Global DJ Network and Student Hub, so some of you are going to know me from there. I usually jump on and try and help people where I can, usually with comments if they've got anything questions. I also moderate the two platforms as well. So yeah, I'm not a tutor here at Digital DJ Tips. I'm more background. I have been on the camera a handful of times with the QA and stuff, but before that, more kind of like blinking you miss me. But I am based in Macclesfield in the UK, in my little shed here. So yeah, can you all see me okay? Is everything okay on YouTube? Hang on, I'm just going to check. Yeah, I seem to be seeing people on YouTube, so just wondering if there's any issues there. Yeah, so I am a DJ. I've been a DJ for about 18 years now in my local area, Macclesfield. So usually small little bars and the sort of mediums and the clubs around in that area. I've done various nights and genres ranging mainly from like commercial, hip hop and R&B. Some residency nights doing sort of like EDM, sort of housey kind of music. Funk and soul nights, party music, indie rock nights. Yeah, very kind of varied in the music that I play in those nights. But obviously in the past year, I've not really been DJing because of COVID. But yeah, I have been streaming. So yeah, that's just a little bit about me before we get going. So, but I'm going to hold my hands up before we begin, just to say that I'm going to, I haven't got as much experience as Phil, especially more with the hands-on of the tech. So I'm gonna need your help in the next hour or so from you guys. If there's anything I can't if anything I can't answer, I may refer to you guys if anyone can jump in and help. Also, the team are also looking at the comments as well. So if I can't answer anything directly, either we'll get back to you, or lots of you lovely people can hopefully help me. So yeah, but where my experience really lies with obviously with DJing. So and my equipment of choice is Recordbox and a Windows laptop and a DDJ 1000. I've got other controllers which I nicely put on the intro. So yeah, DDJ 400. So obviously the CDJs behind me. Yeah, so they're sort of like the areas I can help with. So yeah, things from finding your music, sorting your music, getting gigs, getting residencies, prepping for a gig beforehand, turning up to your first gig or setting up for a gig, during the gigs, handling requests, and also other DJs, because that can be a bit tricky as well. What you can do when it all goes wrong, getting paid, buying your gear, computer issues, promotions, so obviously, and streaming and things like that. So they're more my sort of strengths on that one. So yeah, I'm just going to begin now and go through some of these shout outs, and let's get rolling and try and get some of these questions answered. So hi GM, how are you? Alex, Nick B Stevens, Darren Key, DJ Trainwreck, Sean, so hi everybody. Right, so I'm just going to have a quick look for some questions. If you've got any questions, just pop them on in the comments, and let's go. Right, so first question, where's Phil? Phil's on holiday. He's gone camping with his children and his wife. He will be on Sunday. He'll be doing a stream from an undisclosed location. But yeah, that's where Phil is. He's on holiday. Everything's fine. Okay. Let's have a quick look. So sorry if I got a bit quiet. I'm just this is my first time kind of on my own. If you were on last week, you would have seen me with Phil. Okay. Right, so DJ Trainwreck. On live streaming, I finally got a successful stream to YouTube, but the video seems choppy. Everything's managed optimal. What else could I be missing? Have you checked your uploads? Obviously, for your internet, that could be a slight problem. If anyone else has got anything to help with in regards to uploading streams, could you just pop on and anything you could check out, anything to help. But I would be looking at your upload speeds. You can use like little apps, or I think it's I can't remember what the website's called now, but you can get little apps on your phone and to check your I think it's fast.com. I think that might be it, which is Netflix's kind of checking of your internet speed. It does your upload and download. Give that a quick go, see what your upload speed is. Also as well, maybe check on like your frame rates, maybe drop them a little bit, see if that's looking a bit, if that's slowing your connection down. Also, one thing I've noticed when my streams go a little bit pear-shaped is I found that my little girl's been streaming Netflix in the living room, which kind of just drains everything in my bandwidth. First thing I usually go and check is if anything's kind of using the internet as well elsewhere in the house. So unfortunately I have to tell her that she can't watch Peppa Pig for the next hour. But yeah, other than that, check for things like that. Check your frame rates, and try and lower things down as well. If anyone else has got any suggestions, please pop them on the comments. Just tag DJ Trainwreck for any suggestions you may have. Hopefully if that was any help. Okay, let's have a quick look. DJ99 said the same thing. It could be your upload speed, run a speed test. Darren Pegg, coming through nicely. Thank you for letting me know. Okay. Right, so we got any? Matt lads are from where? Yes, they are. The Matt lads are from Maxwell, from where I am. Right, so any questions? Is Recordbox good on the Mac? I believe so. I'm running on a window. I run it on a Windows. I have no issues. I've got a Mac M1. I will be honest. I've got some teething problems with it myself on the M1, but it's not really to do with actually the Mac and Recordbox. It's kind of just uploading its it takes about an hour for me to upload for it to read my iTunes library and playlists. Yeah, I'm still kind of using iTunes to do my playlist because I'm trying to learn things like Serato and virtual DJ and a little bit of Tractor and stuff like that to help you guys out on the forums, on the Facebook groups. So with that kind of, I still use iTunes to back everything up and talk to all of my other computers. So I've got the same playlist everywhere, and if I load up one of them DJ programs, it then loads up it loads it all up the same. But anyway, that's why I've been using iTunes. But yeah, that's any problems I've really been having with the M1 and with Recordbox. But other than that, it should, as far as I'm aware, be fine. If anyone's got anything to add to that, feel free to to add to the comments. But yeah, if you've it should be fine. How do you handle drunks or drunk blokes? Usually calmly. I personally don't try not to get rude or grumpy or anything with them. I just try and kind of calm the situation down, because it can just flip like that. If you're with someone who's had a few too many, it could get nasty. So just be polite and be calm, be clear with them as well. That's usually is some good suggestions. Well, that's what I do anyway. You do get rude people. You just have to sort of just brush it off. If they do start to get violent towards you, most of the time, if it's in my situation in clubs and bars, the doormen are there. Just have a chat with them before at the start of the night. Kind of, just ask them, kind of, look, how, I'm not expecting to do, but what do I do if this situation comes about? Is there anything I can do to shout out or to get your attention to help me? Because I know I've had situations where I've had people throw bottles, at me. People have tried to attack me as well. But yeah, the doormen are usually, great at helping me out and things like that. I've never come to any harm. Touch wood. It's always been fine. So yeah, just calm. Be calm with them. Don't get in the face. Don't get aggressive. Just stay polite. So that's the way to handle how I handle drunk people. When it comes to requests, I just say I'll have a look, see what I've got. If it usually fits in the vibe, I'll play it anyway. So yeah, if anyone else has got any suggestions on how you handle drunk people, pop them in the comments. Do you stream on Twitch? Yes, for Digital DJ Tips, we stream on Twitch. So every Sunday, we are on Mixcloud, YouTube, and Twitch. We should be on Twitch now. So hey to everybody on Twitch. But we don't obviously stream on Facebook because it's usually because of takedowns and things like that. So, but yeah, definitely on Twitch. Is it worth upgrading Serato Pro for a beginner? I think it depends on what you need from Serato. I personally, when I tried the Serato beginner myself, I was finding I needed some extra bits. So for example, like Serato beginner, you've got the 4 hotkey points. I was wanting, I was needing the full 8, and there's other features in there that are obviously not in the Pro. Again, I've only used Serato a little bit myself, so I'm still trying to learn it for you guys and things. So my knowledge is a little bit kind of like short on that one. But yeah, if you've got if it's in your budget, I would say upgrade to Serato Pro, especially if it's a program you're going to stick with. If you're just testing the water, just stick with the beginner. But yeah, if it's something definitely you're wanting to stick with program wise, I would upgrade to the Pro, just for the extra features. Again, anyone on here can hopefully pop on and explain the extra features that you do get. But so the ones that jumped to mind for me were with the hotkey the pads. Just my throat's going to be dry now, so I'm just going to have a quick sip from my brew. Hang on. It's a bit better. All that talking, I'm not used to it being in lockdown. I haven't done much talking. I've got to use my words for today. Right, so let's have a quick look through. Hey Derek, yes, I do remember. He was one of our previous winners from one of the previous census. How are you doing? I hope you're enjoying the Denons there. Okay, so Benedict, hi Ben. What made you get into DJing? Mainly kind of like the music. I enjoyed music. I kind of sort of fell into it drunkenly, like 18 years ago. I used to go to a bar. I used to go there all the time, every Thursday, and I was always making compilations for music, and kind of like always making like mixtapes when I was younger, when I was a kid. So not obviously non DJ wise, but I'd choose to select the tracks and I put them all in some kind of order that made sense in my head, that I and energy wise, kind of automatically, and I did that with the CDs, and I ended up kind of taking the CDs down to this club, and the DJs used my CDs, and then when the DJ decided he'd had enough, he announced over the tannoy that he was looking to leave. Would anyone like to do it? I was drunk. I went, yeah, I'll have a go. And then the following week I was in a DJ booth and they were telling me, that's a cue, that's your play, that's a crossfader, off you go. And yeah, just loved it straight away. I've had so many great experiences with it, with DJing and over the years, and yeah, it kind of just stemmed from wanting to, it was just loving music and wanting to share that music that I kind of got into it. And then over time, kind of like learning the techniques of beat matching and reading the crowd a little bit better, and yeah, so that's how and why I got into DJing. Let's have a quick look. Okay, let's have a quick look. So okay, so from Scott, how do you have to adapt your DJing from playing live to streaming? Good question. So obviously, yeah, the two are completely different. So from a live point of view, I do obviously do prep for both, for live and streaming. But live, I'm kind of a bit more winging it a little bit more, and kind of like watching out for what people are doing. Because I could turn up to one resident night and it could be a dance orientated sort of client base that night, but then the following week it could be different. I could try playing the same set and it wouldn't work. So yeah, it's just kind of like looking out for what people are doing, watching the feet, nodding heads, and kind of just going from there, and just using a bit more experience with what's worked well in the past as well, with combinations, and if I feel like it's going to be a bit more of an R&B night, I can fall back on the R&B experiences I've had. With streaming, it's all been a little bit newer to me, as with a lot of people. Obviously, with having to talk as well, over on the mic, and interacting with people a little bit more, but also like planning from a set point of view, I kind of go into a bit more depth and kind of like kind of treat it a bit more like a mixtape, and kind of like the situation, how people are going to listen to it, and kind of like how people, are people going to enjoy it while they're watching it. Also, like for the replay factor as well over on YouTube, and how many people are going to rewatch it. So also like there are similarities as well, trying keep things not too long. The attention span can be a bit short with some people, so keeping things short, making shorter edits, especially with like streaming as well, and also kind of stream as well. So I'm trying to lose my train of thought now. But yeah, so with streaming, I plan it a little bit more, how I think people are going to watch it, replay it, react to it, and kind of like more. I can plan it a bit more as well and make it a bit more story, make it flow. I use star ratings a lot of the time as well. So yeah, if anyone else on here's got any experience with their differences between live streaming and and DJing out in public, just pop your comments on there and see what what else experience everyone else has got as well. So let's have a quick look. Okay, so I'm looking to do my first stream in the next few weeks. How long do you reckon to stream, and what preparation would you advise? Okay, so my streams, and I think as well for Phil and Steve, so we're roughly around about an hour. You could probably vary them from say 45 minutes to maybe an hour and a half. So that's about length time. I'd say my personal choice is an hour. I think there's probably many people on here as well that maybe go 2 hours, 3 hours. I think it all depends on on what you want to do as well with your streams as well. I know I'm quite happy just to do an hour, maybe an hour and a half. So preparation wise as well. Again, there's a few things depending on where you're streaming as well. Because we stream on YouTube, Twitch, and on Mixcloud. So Twitch and Mixcloud, we don't tend to have any problems with like takedowns and things, but YouTube can be a little bit. You can get some of your tracks removed, which may not remove the stream straight away, but it might remove the replay. So I have an older. It's not an older, but I have another YouTube account which has no followers or anything like that. I use that to test, so I make a little video in some video editing software, just put a little title on it, and then I upload that to this spare account, and then it comes back, leave it a few hours, it comes out with a bit of feedback, tells me everything's been removed. So beforehand, so I've already prepped my set, because again, going really back to the difference between live and streaming as well, you do have to do a bit more prep, because I find kind of going off on my own without any prep, if I pick random songs, that random any track could pull the stream, especially on YouTube. So yeah, just check your tracks. Also, just do a few test streams. I did as well on my personal account as well, just to make sure everything was kind of like working. Got a handful of people to watch them, and just explain that there were a couple of tests and what I was doing and why I was doing it. So it also gives you a chance to test your cameras and kind of get used to it as well. I hope that was kind of answers some of your questions there about a bit of preparation for your music and lengthwise. But yeah, just you choose the length of what you're happy with. Okay, let's have a quick look. Okay, so when connecting the Nexus and Prime gear, is it better to use SP diffs rather than analog connections? Again, with my knowledge, I've never really had much experience with the Nexus or the Prime kind of like gears. So if there's anyone on here that can help Tim out, if using digital or analog, I would probably go for if it's the SPFs. I assume that's like the digital inputs. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one. Like I said, my experience is a little bit short on that one. So yeah, if anyone can help Tim out with that one, pop along. But also as well, I mean, there's no harm in the analog as long as your cables are short, as long as they're not kind of like from here to over there. But then again, you need really long arms to, if you're, if they're going to be really far away. So I've personally had no issues using the analog connections as long as you keep the RCAs short. There shouldn't really be any problems with that either. Let's have a quick look. Have you seen the new VM speakers? I've only seen pictures. I've not seen them myself on that one, I'm afraid. Let's have a quick look. Okay, I'm having a quick look, just bear with me 2 minutes. So yeah, if you get any questions, just pop them on. Also, people have been asking me questions as well on my streams as well. So yeah, if I've got time as well, I'll go through some of them questions as well that I've had actually in my streams about the equipment I've been using, the cameras, video cards, or anything like that as well. Okay, so this is a good question. GM, how do you prepare your equipment for equipment failure? Do you have a pre-recorded playlist on a separate device? Yes, I have my main kit is my controller, which is the DJing 1000 over there. It's actually my go-to for my gigs. You can't see it on camera, but I've got a little live PA mixer over there, which has got a couple of inputs. So I have that plugged in, and then the controller's plugged into that, and then into the PA, not the little PA mixer I've got. I also either take my phone down with a little playlist on, or a mix, or usually a tablet, which is just a little Android tablet with a DJ app on it as well. So I've got a couple of choices there. So yeah, so anything goes wrong with the controller, I can throw something in straight away using the tablet and the external PA mixer, because obviously which has happened before with the DJing 1000, middle of a gig I accidentally kicked out the plug, and it came out, the plug on mine's a little bit loose where the figure of 8 goes into the block, and I kicked it out. So obviously if I had my second input into that, I still couldn't have done anything, because obviously the sound would have completely gone. The sound completely went from the DJing 1000. So yeah, that's how I prepare for any system failures. Obviously, we've been DJing in clubs and bars and stuff. Obviously, I don't really see the amps and things like that, so they'll probably hopefully have some kind of fail-safe if their amps or anything go. But if it's mobile DJing as well, I do take some spare speakers. At the moment, I do have a separate amp for mine at the moment, which is probably not. I'm thinking is probably not as good as maybe having powered speakers, because obviously once powered speaker goes, you've still got another powered speaker to back it up with, and you can easily swap them out a bit more if you've got a spare, if you're able to carry a spare. Whereas if the amp goes, again, it's the whole kind of like music's kind of gone. So yeah, I'm starting to kind of change my rig around a little bit for smaller gigs, where I do use mobile stuff. I am changing things around to get powered speakers. So have a quick look. Okay, do you agree there are too many types of house music? Commercial, hard, vocal. I think there are types of music with two different names. I don't know. I mean, it depends. I think it's more of a personal question. I mean, I tend to just look kind of like, for my DJ software when I'm DJing, I kind of categorize it into a handful of kind of like genres and subgenres and stuff of the house. If it's kind of like tech house and or funky house or deep house, I kind of just call it house, which I think some of you may be kind of like screaming at the out your phones and computers now, kind of going no. But that's just my choice on that one when I'm using my categories when I'm DJing, so I can find things my own sort of way. But at the same time, when you're actually going out to purchase music, I think there are, having these subgenres as well kind of does help a little bit more as well. Kind of like if there's a certain kind of vibe you're going for, obviously there are differences in between them all. So so I'm 50-50 on that one when it comes to buying them. I think all the subgenres are kind of good for categorizing it a little bit more and deep diving. When it comes to organizing my music, I just tend to kind of like lump them all into one and call them sort of like one thing. Again, that's just my personal workflow on that one. Everyone else is completely different. Some people might find it a bit easier to work with more deep diving with the subgenres on that one. Okay, let's have a quick look. Just going through the questions. So half an hour's gone. That's flown by. I don't know where the time's going. So I hope you're all having fun anyway. I'm hoping answering all your questions for you. So if there's anything we do miss, obviously we'll be on in the comments as well, getting your questions. So nothing's going to be left. We will get to them as well. If I unfortunately can't get to them or answer them. So yeah, don't worry. Just still answer them. Okay, let's have a quick look. Okay, I'm just going through. I can see you all chatting through with each other. That's great. It's awesome. Yeah, just replying. Some people are replying. Yes, Recordbox on Mac is good. Yeah. So I think let's have a quick look. So sorry about this. Sorry about the quietness. I'm just having a quick look. I'm just scrolling through. So apologies. This is all a little bit new, kind of like to me, kind of like going solo. So yeah, apologies on that one. So yeah, just bear with me. Okay, so Harrison Day, do you have any tips on how to get your mixes out there? How do you grow an audience online? A few things. With kind of like growing your audience, I think you need to be consistent for a start. In my opinion, if you're going, like a bit like a resident club DJ. If you're on every Saturday, everyone knows you're on every Saturday. So if you're going to stream at that time every week, so people know who you are and where you are. A bit similar to this. All you lovely people knew that we're going. We're live at at 4 p.m. London time and on the socials. So yeah, we stick to that. Obviously, with Phil being away, we still want to cover. So this is why I'm here now. Also, you can share your mixes as well. To try and to boost an audience. You could take it a little bit further as well, and and do other bits of content as well to boost the audiences. And there's other things out there like TikTok and Twitter and Instagram, and you could post Instagram. I think it's like DJ Fat Tony. He his Instagram is he's constantly on it. He's got lots and lots and lots of followers. So yeah, he's always on there. He's always engaging. That's another thing as well about is engaging with your followers as well as to help boost your numbers as well. And I kind of like watch. I don't watch people playing games, but I watch the content that people make playing the games, like Alpha Gaming. So they have like other content on there as well, so like I said, the top 10 webcams for streaming and stuff, and then they'll use that to like build up their YouTube, and then also on that as well, they'll say, oh, and I stream on such and such a time, join me on this platform, and that that then engaging with people on the Facebook to then, or the YouTube to then go over to Twitch or wherever he's doing his streaming. So being on the multiple platforms, and adding content, that'll hopefully just get you followers. But we're very lucky. We have Lauren here, who's tremendously great at what she does with the socials. So pop a question on there, and if Lauren can help, anything on there, and any other tips that she may have to comment on there, and to help you look at getting more followers. So I hope I'll give you a few tips on that one. If anyone else has got any suggestions though, follow please comment as well. Okay, so a quick look. So just gonna have a look for another question. Okay, so what tips do you have for us during the lockdown time? I'd say it depends on like how much time you've got. Me personally, I don't think I've had, except for not gigging at the weekends, I've still I know I work from home, so I'm still kind of like, in fact, I've been more busier during lockdown. But yeah, you could use. It depends on obviously what you want to do. I mean, you could do a bit more practicing, or work on your socials. A lot of people over on the Global DJ Networking Hub have said they spent a lot of their time learning new skills, which again we can help with. We've got if you head over to the courses page, there's loads of courses over there. We've got music production courses, scratching courses. Yes, head over there. So you could spend your time learning something new. A lot of people have spent their time kind of reorganizing their libraries and getting ready for when the clubs and the bars and the events and the nightlife returns, so they're hitting the ground running, and keeping their socials alive as well. Like using James Hype as an example. I mean, we recently did an article on James Hype just about how he's nailing social media during the lockdown with his streams, and and still engaging with everyone as well. So when things do hopefully return, he hit the ground running. No one's forgotten about him. So there were my tips. Depending on what you want to do, either learn. You could learn a new skill, or clear up some your music library, and keep your socials going. Okay, so let's have a quick look. Never volunteer for anything when drunk. Okay, let's have a quick look. Okay, do you have any tips for dealing with nerves before a stream DJ set, or maybe any lessons learned that made it easier for when you spin live? Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, it's just trying to stay calm, relaxed. I try and prep as much as I can, so I'm not kind of like stressing, so I'm not kind of like worried. So I try and control things if I can. It's like now, I've got my notes written down, so if I'm panicking, I can try and stay calm, look down and look at my notes, and keep going. So you'll see on some of my streams, you might catch my notes, which is kind of like trying to prompt me to to engage with people, and what to say and what to do. Also, and I've also prepped a lot of my music in advance. Obviously, I don't tend to do that much for my actual live gigs, as I mentioned, but for and I said it last week as well. If I'll edit some songs beforehand, so I don't have to worry about having to hit the cue button right at the very moment to jump it up to where I want it. So I use Serato Studio, and I'll pre-cut things down, so that's one thing off my mind. And also, just kind of like just prepping normally as I would do with a gig, having something back up. And but as for the nerves themselves, so things like that kind of help with nerves. But then with nerves themselves, just deep breaths and try and stay calm. And I've trying to avoid coffee as well. That's mine. I'm trying to avoid coffee when I do live streams, because I find that the high caffeine kind of like makes me a bit more agitated and a bit more nervous. But that's just me. So yeah, they're the things I do to try and stay calm. So if anyone else has got any tips about how you stay calm, pop them on. And okay, right. So let's have a quick look. Oh, and I also do a few practice runs as well. That kind of helps the nerves as well. Gig wise, helps the nerves. I have a 3 or 4 track pre-made set for when I first start. Kind of helps you, or tracks that I know that I can mix quite well. That sometimes helps as well, just to kind of like ease things in as well. Okay, let's have a quick look. Okay. Alright, what's your favourite genres you mainly DJ with? I would say it's a bit more of a personal question for me, but the more fun ones I have are the party nights when I'm just kind of just playing to the crowd and kind of like playing lots of kind of like different kind of all genres from Earth, Wind and Fire to Spice Girls, and kind of like just seeing everyone kind of like jumping around and having a blast, and Jump Around, A House of Pain, and kind of all them kind of like party tracks. When I'm at home and also on my streams as well, I like playing like disco, new disco and stuff like that. And so a lot of that stuff, the party stuff, that's where things like that have come from, and trying to play the disco classics and the funk and soul as well, like James Brown and and things like that. They're the nights that I really enjoy, kind of them kind of nights. So yeah, out and about, they're my favourite genres to do. Okay, let's have a quick look. Is that record sleeve New Order? Yes, it is. Okay, let's have a quick look. I'm just going through. So yeah, if you've got any more questions, say pop them on. If there's anything I've not answered, or anything else that's sprung to mind that I've not kind of gone into a bit more depth, if you've got anything a bit more specific and have kind of like only skimmed over it, just let us know. Okay, so how do you think the industry will be when you go back from lockdowns? I don't know. I'm hoping it's going to be kind of eventually going to pick back up. So far in my area, we haven't lost any pubs or bars yet. So they're hoping they're still going to open. Hopefully people still arrive, still come back. I think people are still going to be up for a party. I just don't know how it's going to be with distancing and masks and all that. I think I'm just going to have to kind of play that one by ear when we do go back myself. I'm a little bit nervous about going back as well. Do I have should I wear a mask? And at the end of the day, it's about keeping myself safe, and if I feel safe. But for the industry itself, hopefully things will pick up. In my area as well, we've lost a few restaurants and cafes, unfortunately. I've seen a few things close. But yeah, just I'm staying hopeful that things are going to they're going to be okay. I mean, what do you guys think? How do you think the industry is going to be when things go back? Do you think it's going to be slow, or do you think it's going to be kind of go back to normal quite quick? I think who knows. I'm just gonna have to play it by ear myself. But I am sort of like starting to prep now myself for going back. Hopefully in June, July time, and talking to bar owners and stuff about getting going where we left off. Okay, let's have a quick look. Yeah, so Salvation DMB, preparations, everything when streaming. Yeah. What do you think the future of DJing will hold? There'll be a large tablet to DJ on, or do you think AI DJ robots will take over the world? I think we'll be fine. Yeah, I don't think robots are going to take over the world. You still got to read the crowd and things like that, and party and things like that. So yeah, I think. But as for DJ equipment wise, I don't know. I've not heard anything. I think things will probably stay sort of similar as they are at the moment with you know, MP3s and WAVs and that kind of, and the jog wheel and stuff. I don't think the jog wheel's going to go anywhere. But yeah, I think there's always going to be a space for a DJ, you know, for from talking to the crowd, and you know, like your what do you call them, a mobile DJ who can, you know, an events DJ, should I say, really, who can host a party, and like Jason Janai, and you know, and get the crowd going and introduce people. I don't think robots can really do that, and kind of like read people and kind of get the crowd G'd up. So yeah, I think there's always going to be space for DJs. Okay, let's have a quick look. So DJ Clubby, hey, how are you? Thanks for joining me. So best budget monitors. Again, you know, people use the KRKs. Obviously the Pioneer ones have just come out as well. Me personally, I've got in my little shed M Audios. I think it's the BX5s. You know, they're, you know, quite you know, for my budget at the time, you know, and for the size of my little space. I mean, you can see the wall there and the door there, and this is the back of the room and that's the back of the room. You know, this is tiny, and they're perfectly kind of great for what I need. They're clear and punchy, and obviously I don't need to crank them up really loud because the size of the space. So yeah, I mean, if anyone's got any suggestions on what they use for budget wise, me personally, that's what I use in my shed, and yeah, you know, I think for me personally, for my needs, they're great and do the job. Okay, let's have a quick look. Bear me 2 moments. Right, so do you have any tutorials on scratching on the Prime 2? Yes, we are scratching for controller DJs, and if you head over to the sale, we've actually got these for sale on now, and it's part of the sale. So if you go over there, you can grab a deal and get it a little bit cheaper than normal. Yeah, so scratching for controller DJs. Scratching for controller DJs. Head over there, and yeah, we've got lessons on that one. Let's have a quick look. Okay, so this one's a little bit out of my remit. So, use Ableton and Virtual DJ. Is there an Ableton link? And there is an Ableton link. I haven't ever used it yet. So, is anybody able to help him? Able to outsource him 77 out? Unfortunately, it's something I've not had much experience with. I've dabbled with Ableton and dabbled with Virtual DJ, but I've never really used the two themselves. And my kind of DJ style isn't kind of like live sort of production. So, if anyone's there, yeah, just if you can help out with that one. Okay, so what studio arm have you got for your mic? This is just an Amazon one. It's just on a spring. It's just a Amazon Basics thing. Does the job, so I don't have to use my hands, and everyone can hear me. Hopefully, yeah, can all hear me. Right, so have a quick look. Okay, so I'm just having a quick look. Just bear with 2 seconds. So again, I apologise. I'm a little bit new to me, this one. Okay, so how do you mean keeping yourself safe? It's all about our immune system. So yeah, I mean, keeping myself safe, keeping a distance from people, explain about keeping the distance away from me. You know, do I have to wear a mask? You know, a shield? Kind of like, you know, if I just feel safe, I mean, I think most people kind of maybe understand, you know, if they walk in somewhere and they don't quite feel right, kind of, that's kind of where I was meaning with that, kind of, you know, when I go back, you know, will there be a glass box around me, a bubble or anything like that, you know, kind of thing. You know, and gloves and hand sanitizer and you know, just doing everything I can not to, you know, to catch anything, and yeah, just things like that. Okay, so okay, I'm just going through the questions. So I mean, that's the time. I've only got like a couple of minutes left. I have no idea where that time went. So I've really enjoyed myself today, and so I hope you guys have as well. So I'm probably just going to go through one last question then. So before I didn't realise the time. We could all be with Daft Punk helmets. Just bear with 2 seconds. Okay, let's try and have a look for a quick question there. But I have had some questions on my previous on one of my on streams when I've been streaming. So I'll just quickly go through them. So people have been asking what I use to stream. I use OBS. On here though, on the Mac, we are using Ecamm Live. But my streaming PC is a Windows PC. Ecamm doesn't work on Windows, so I've been using OBS. My equipment is, I've got a little action camera at the top, which is HDMI plugged into them little $15 capture cards, and the same for the screen capture as well. Either you can use NDI to capture your screen as well. Where do I get my music? I get my music from a number of sources. Usually at the moment Zip DJ. I'm finding, you know, some of the stuff on there is kind of already on Beatport, and Zip DJ is a subscription, so I've been subscribing to that. Also, I do check through Beatport, check through iTunes. I also check through YouTube. However, I don't download from YouTube. I'll just make that one quite clear. I don't download from YouTube, but I use YouTube to research, and often you can find, same with SoundCloud, you can find purchase links. It's how I found an artist called The Reflex, who does loads of amazing kind of like funky kind of remixes from things like Wham to Earth, Wind and Fire to Talking Heads to all sorts. You know, he's also, if you've on my streams, if you heard the Groove Is in the Heart, that was one of his. Yeah, I found him via YouTube, and then I found his Bandcamp link within the details below, so I was able to link that and actually then purchase the tracks. Yeah, so I've already gone through what cameras I use. Lighting, I've just got some LED strip lights on that one. I actually got the idea off Phil's daughter. She's got when he did a team meeting from her bedroom, and she's got all the strip lighting, so I kind of got the idea from there. And yeah, it's like change the colours and all sorts. Yeah, so they're all like the questions I've had on my DJ streams. So yeah, so just before we go, obviously a few things to mention. I've already mentioned it already, but if you head over, we've got our Easter sale running. So if you go over to here, there, you can go and get some deals on the Easter sale. You can save up to 45%. We've got loads of courses up there that are on sale for the next couple of days. I'll probably grab them while you can, because once the sale closes in a couple of days, you know, the next time the next time could be, I think it's probably the Black Friday sale, but the next time they go on sale possibly. So if you want something to do lockdown wise and grab a deal, yeah, head over to there now. Also as well, as obviously you can tell, Phil's not here, so he's away in his camper van at the moment, and he will be doing a live stream on Sunday. So yeah, head over and check the live stream out from an undisclosed location. He'll be live on Sunday at 5 p.m. London time. Yeah, so go over there and see the location where he's streaming from. So yeah, he'll be back in the office next week. So it'll be Phil will be back doing the Tuesday Tips live on Tuesday and also on Thursday. Also, if you're a student as well and you're over on the Student Hub, we have just added the invites over there for the students live over on the hub. So sorry, I'm getting my words muddled up. So head over to Student Hub if you're a student, and you can sign up for the Student Live, which is next week. Yeah, so hopefully I'll see some of you soon. I'm not sure if I'm going to be in on Thursday with Phil. I don't really know what the plan is. I'm going to do any more, or you might just be going solo, anything like that. So yeah, so if don't see you on Thursday, I will be doing my next DJ live stream on the 25th of April. So feel free to pop along, say hello, and while I play some tunes. So yeah, so again, thank you so much for joining me. This hour's flown by. It's been amazing. So I've really enjoyed it, and yeah, so a couple of quick shout outs. Say we've got DJ Clubby, The Ruckus, Anik, Nick, Wayne, yeah, just loads of you. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, I think unless you've got any more questions, I think that will be it. And I'll see you soon, and have a great Easter. Because yeah, it's Easter holidays here. So if you've got some time off, and enjoy the weather, and if it's nice where you are, and yeah, okay, right. I'm going to sign off now, and I'll hopefully see some of you soon. Thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, so as Phil says, get good, get out there, make the moments. If you can't get out there, just be safe, and I'll see you later. Cheers. Bye.